Cud? What? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? What's up, YouTube? What's up? It's your boy, Chris Sain. Yeah, yo. We're gonna learn how to make money in this market. Stocks going up, stocks going down. It don't matter. We gonna make money, bro. Yo. What's up? Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance and happy Sunday. In this video, we're going to react live to an interview that Yahoo Finance gave to Chris Sain. Let me remind you, Chris Sain is a complete and total fake. He is a YouTuber that pulls up random stocks on Robinhood and encourages you to trade options on those aforementioned stocks. And you are most likely to lose all of your money listening to a rando teach you complicated financial instruments. You're not going to escape the rat race trading stocks on Robinhood, you freaking numbskull. But apparently a lot of you love Chris Sain. And he participates in what I like to call, and what other people call, affinity fraud. Go Google it and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go check out this interview. Yahoo Finance, who they're so reputable, bro. It's Yahoo Finance. It's Yahoo Finance. They must be legit, right? That's a big website with a lot of financial data. Apparently, Yahoo Finance interviewed Chris Sain on their channel with 1.48 million subscribers. It's almost like Yahoo Finance doesn't care about helping people. It's almost like Yahoo Finance doesn't want to preach degeneracy. No, it seems like all they care about is making money from advertisements. And I wonder if old Chris Sain, what was up, paid to get on here. I don't know. Imagine platforming Chris Sain because you make money from it. And you absolutely cook people who are going to like this guy, follow him, and get burned trading options, which is degenerate and dangerous and toxic to your portfolio. But hey, what do I know? He's got a little Christian cross here, so he must be a good guy. So let's react to this video. Stop over trading. Chris Sain's 15 trade rule to make money. Stop over trading. The dude is legitimately a trader. He trades options. Every video is a new set of stocks and options. Stop over trading. Maybe you could buy an index. I don't know. Maybe that could help you stop over trading. What do I know?
These things are small nuances along the journey, Ross, when you couple it with risk management, when you couple it with proper stop losses. When you do all the things and it comes together, you now have a recipe for success that can be replicated and duplicated consistently.
It's so easy. It's so easy to beat the market, bro. You know, all those professional traders, they don't know what they're doing. You're going to crush them while you sit on your toilet at your job trading on your Robinhood app. You have an edge, bro, because you watch Chris Sain. Bro, dog. The hedge funds are making a fortune off of you. You're the cattle. You're the meat. And all the hedge funds, they suck out that delicious nectar from you. You're the one getting played. You're the one getting scammed, clown.
What's up, world? Welcome to Financial Freestyle here on Yahoo Finance. And listen, man, our first interview was so good we had to do it twice, man. We're bringing Mike.
Google affinity fraud.
Guy, the myth, the legend, Chris Sain, financial educator, entrepreneur, podcaster, investor, philanthropist, and guess what? He's back. Chris, how you doing, baby?
He's not an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business, okay? My business is legitimate. Chris Sain's business is a lie. It's illegitimate. He goes on YouTube and says, yo, buy this stock, bro. That's not a business. That's a scam. He's an entrepreneur, bro.
Man, thanks for having me back. I'm doing well.
Well, listen, man, it's the beginning of the year. And one thing I know for sure, people going to start trying to go to the gym. They're going to do that for about 4-5 weeks. And then they're going to go back to what they was doing last year, eating good. That's and right. They're going to instantly fall off and procrastinate. But you already know, man, it's new year, new me. So what advice would you give right?
Yeah, because most people don't have discipline, okay? And that actually applies to investing as well.
Top 2 or 3 things you would give from a person that's actually saying, you know what, I want to get my money right, but more importantly, I want to be profitable this year when it comes to investing and trading.
Absolutely, man. The thing I would say is come out the gate with a plan. Have a strategic plan for the new year. If you have the 2025 year to reflect on, look at what worked well, look at what could be improved upon, and then allow that to serve as a guide for
a strategic plan. Yeah, you know what being strategic is? Buying the means of production and holding them for decades. That's strategic. Trading on your Robinhood app at your work desk instead of doing your freaking job, that's gambling.
For how you want to kind of set yourself up for the new year. If you have a plan, it gives you a roadmap to follow. So, for example, if you were trying to invest for the first time and say, even if you started small with just doing $50 on auto pay every 2 weeks, maybe see if there's a way to increase that $25 to $75 every 2 weeks or $100. Look for small things. Have a plan. If you are investing bigger money than that and you can buy an ETF, and instead of buying a fractional share, maybe you buy a whole share this time. Little incremental things along the way add up, actually. And I think if we can embrace those small changes while following a plan, we can see our desired results toward the end of the year.
Okay, I like how this is starting. Try to save more. That's a good start, Chris Sain. I wonder what the next step is. Trade options on Poopy Fart Coin? We'll see.
You got to set a plan. Got to hit the plan. But I love how you say go from 25 to 75. Even if you fall just down to 50, you're still making progress. So I love that, man.
You're making progress.
Got to raise the bar. You got to raise the bar each year. Let's talk about trading evolution, right? What would you say, has helped you get to where you are now? So let's talk about kind of what that, that light bulb switch was that took you from, beginner trader, Chris, to kind of being a person that's now consistently profitable.
The light bulb switch was, I have a YouTube channel and I can hide my losses and shill my wins. And then I can convince people that I'm good at trading and then I can make a fortune off of them, charging them for trade alerts, bro. That was the light bulb, clowns.
Absolutely. So it took 2.5 years for me to become a profitable trader. So I want everybody to know that there's a learning curve that we all must go through. We all call it the tuition that we have to pay. There's certain lessons that we learn in our losses. And so I had that 2-year process that I had to go through first and foremost. Secondly,
were you on YouTube shilling garbage during that process? Did you start in 2020? Wow, you had a lot of followers back then. Interesting. I wonder what happened to them.
I'm obsessed and I'm meticulous about my craft. So the obsession piece is figuring out what worked and what didn't and why. The being meticulous piece is, Ross, I jot down everything. If you were sitting in my office right now, I journal everything. I write down things. I make sure that I can tell you.
Yeah, that's a list of all the names and numbers of his boyfriends.
You to a T how I did what I did. And this allows me to replicate and duplicate my success time and time again, which helps me also become profitable in terms of my trading. Now I've hit a whole new stratosphere where I was starting off, Ross, after I got over the 2-year hiatus of learning, I made $100 a day. Then it went to my craft to
nobody makes $100 a day. The market doesn't just go up, bro. Some days I'm up 5,000. Other days I'm down 10,000. It's not, you don't just make $100 a day, bro. That's not how it freaking works, okay? Now, your long-term total return should be positive, but you should not fixate on making money every day. You're a clown if you're fixating on making money every day. It is a long-term process. Sometimes stonks go down. I make 100 every day. No, you don't. No, you don't. You buy random options, and sometimes you make money, and sometimes you don't. And then you only show the wins to your followers, and then you sell your stupid trading course or whatever you have. Yeah, I know what you're doing there, pissy.
$1,000 a day. Then I transitioned to $10,000 a day. All I was doing, Ross, was following the same pathway, the same setups and pattern recognition within the charts that I was seeing to make 100. And that was with one contract. I might have bought 10 contracts to get it to 1,000. Nothing was different, but I now was able to scale up the number, follow a process.
It's easy, bro. It's just $1,000 a day. What, 30,000 a month? That's so easy, bro. 360,000 a year just trading on your Robinhood app. You might as well just quit your job now. Pay Chris, save some money, right? Pay Chris Sain for his course, bro. And then you can just make $360,000 a year. It's so easy. You can have billion% returns per year.
Process and then increase the profits, which helped me become a consistently profitable trader.
Who believes it?
You know what I love about that?
Who believes
You
it?
kind of said, I started off $100 a day to $1,000 a day, $10,000 a day,
$1,000,000 a day, $1
$20,000
trillion a day.
Let's talk about the psychology of not over trading. Because say I get in my first trade and all I'm trying to do is make $100, but I lose $75. And now I'm just trying to get back positive. Now I lose $150. And you know what?
Does that sound like gambling to you? I'm at the casino. I lost money. Oh, I need to make more. Oh, I need to make more. Oh, I lost that one too. Oh, let me go take a loan to go gamble. Doesn't that kind of sound like gambling, people? Yeah, it does.
Take one more trade and then I then went down $400 and my risk management. Like, let's talk about kind of that psychology of not over trading.
Yeah, that was the reason why I had a 2.5-year learning curve, if you will, losses to make it more plain, because over trading and revenge trading, because the emotional human nature takes over us too, Ross. And so when we lose that 75 while trying to make $100, now we're revenge. I got to get that back. I got to get that back. And so that led to a larger loss of $75 to maybe $100 when we were just trying to make 100. So what helped me was for myself to overcome the over trading aspect. Listen to this. I increased my risk management, meaning I had a hard stop, meaning if I go down, let's just say $500, no matter what, I'm cutting it at that limit just to ensure I don't go down $1,000 or $1,500.
But I thought you were making $1,000 a day, bro. Oh, so some days you lost 500? It's almost like you're flipping a coin. Crazy.
So I would learn to, sometimes the win is learning how to have smaller losses than you normally would. So say you lost $3,000 when you had a losing trade, but now you decrease that to $500. Those are wins within the game itself that we overlook oftentimes.
If you lost $500, you're winning, bro. You're winning, bro. You're not losing as bad, but you're still losing. Buy an index. Hold it. Reinvest the dividends. Sometimes it'll go down. Sometimes it will go up. But you hold it for decades, and you eventually can live off the future profits of all the companies that you own. That is investing. It's that easy, people. It's that easy. No, it's not. Shut up. Yes, it is. You little clown, you little dork. What do you know? Look at your daddy. Yeah. Index Chad. That's right. Seethe. Be angry.
So proper risk management, a tight stop loss when I'm respecting my risk management. And listen to this, Ross. I have this system that I call 15 trades. It's a 15 trade challenge that I do for myself. It's an internal thing. This kept me from over trading. As opposed to trading all day, I would only take 15 high quality trade setups. So that put me in a place where.
What defines a high quality trade setup? I mean, obviously, you're always going to do high quality trade set. Why would you do a low quality trade setup? Oh, I've got a 10% chance of winning this trade. And then this other trade, I have a 60% chance. I think I'm going to go with the low quality trade. Clown.
I might take a trade on Monday, and my next trade didn't come until I seen that next high quality setup, Ross, that might appear on Thursday. Now I didn't trade every day. I was in the market every day. Why?
Then how are you making $1,000 a day, Chris Sain? I don't understand. I thought you said you made $1,000 a day. Now you're saying you only trade like once every couple of days? I'm confused. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to understand you because you're such a freaking genius. I'm sure that's the reason.
Watching and kind of seeing the patterns and the behavior of the market, but my only trade was Monday. My next trade might have been Thursday, and the next trade might have been next Tuesday. 3 total trades in 2.5 weeks. It calmed all the over trading down, and that really took me to that upper echelon.
You know how much I trade? Never, ever. I just buy and hold. Do I look stressed to you? You think I'm stressed if the market goes down 1%, bro? No, I'm not, because I think long term. I'm not a gambling degenerate clown loser.
level when you talk about 20K a day or 30K. That's how I got to that, because now I'm only taking the best setups that I see clearly.
So do you define yourself as a day trader or a swing trader?
The technical term, if we were talking to other traders from the industry on Wall Street, they would say day trader. I call myself a sniper. The thing
I'm sure that's what Wall Street calls you, Chris Sain. They're so mad at you. Like, we were making so much money off retail, and that Chris Sain guy came along and taught retail all our secrets, and now we're losing, and we're losing all the time. We hate Chris Sain. Ah! Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're saying about you. They are laughing at you.
thing that I think separates me, Ross, I do all of this in under 2 hours a day. I don't trade more than 2 hours a day. That was another risk management piece that kept me from over trading. So if I'm only trading 9:30 Eastern time to 11:30 Eastern time, that 2 hours is where I got to make the bulk of my money. This keeps me from trying to take a trade at noon, trying to take a trade at 2.
Well, doesn't that give you pressure though? If you only have 2 hours to make money, wouldn't that put you under a lot of stress? Isn't making money supposed to be a long-term thing? Yo, don't mess with your psychology, yo. And then he says he only has 2 hours to make money. Yeah, that seems a little stressful. When you have a time limit on something, it becomes more stressful. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that.
Trying to take a trade before the end of the bell. And this has allowed me also to be more profitable, to be more consistent when the market is more liquid. And these things are small nuances along the journey, Ross, when you couple it with risk management, when you couple it with proper stop losses, when you do all the things and it comes together, I have a recipe for success that can be replicated and duplicated consistently.
All right, people.
And it happens to be in my course, bro.
This is the moment of the show where you go ahead, get out your notebook. Just like Chris, I also be writing my stuff down. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm taking notes.
Here's the time where, it's time for you to go ahead and change your life for 2026. So you keep using the word high quality trade setup. I'm going to need you to define that, baby. Right now, people, for 2026, we need to know how Chris Sain defines what a high probability, a high quality trade setup is.
Absolutely. And when you guys do this, this keeps you from gambling. Too often times we get a bad rap in the trading sector because those that don't know what they're doing turns into gambling because they're not waiting and looking.
It's literally gambling. You're betting on something going up or down. That's gambling. Yeah, it's like flipping a coin. How do you not see this, you freaking clowns? It's not gambling because I can just, I have a stop loss, so it's not gambling. Yeah. If you go gamble, your stop loss can be you only bring $500 to the gambling table. I guess you could call that a stop loss. That's still gambling. You're gambling, you freaking clowns. Oh, I've only got 2 hours to make money. Oh, $10,000 a day. Oh. Shut up.
For a high quality and high probability trade setup. Simply put, what that means is this. Number one, you have to use a chart in order to. So the technical analysis piece on the chart, you must use the 1 day time frame as 30-minute time frame. These give you a macro level look down to a micro level look.
Macro? What did he say? Day? That's macro? Macro's like the big picture. Okay, I think looking at what the day time frame, that's not macro. Macro was like zooming out, looking at decades. That's my philosophy. I'm prosperous far into the future. I think corporations will be very profitable and make a lot more money then than they do now. I want to own those companies. And I want to live off all their future profits. That's macro, okay? That's micro, okay? Just like your dong. I've got a macro dong. You've got a micro dong. You don't like that? That's just what God gave you.
Of the stock you're trying to trade and make money with. When you have your time frames identified, your next step is to become recognizing the chart patterns that the stock is actually making. Sometimes, listen to this, the high probability trade setups are, listen to this, everybody, these are come with an 80% win rate. The double bottom, The double bottom might look like the letter W for those of you that don't know the charts yet. So you might see a W form in the chart. And if you buy the second leg of the W, that's the high probability trade because it's a
just find a W, bro. It's that easy. Just find a W. What about the schlong pattern? What's that? Okay. What if the stock market goes down like really fast and then recovers? Is that the schlong pattern?
leg of the W, boom, this one is going to be the one to take off. And so if you can understand the next high probability trade setup is called the bull flag. The bull flag, think about the American flag. We're all here. We all have flags to represent our country, for example. If you think about the flag, you have a pole and then you have the flag. Well, the flag tells you the measured move of the next move higher. So the length of the pole, once the flag is done forming, what we call consolidation, the next move up will be the same exact height distance that the flagpole was. So something.
This is like voodoo nonsense. And the flagpole length, and then you measure it, and then you have the flag like America, because it's our country, and then the other flagpole will be the same length as the flagpole before. Really? That's so W's and flag poles. That's how you make $10,000 a day. Well, stuff, man. Anybody can do this. Just sign up for his course, bro.
Sometimes people say, Coach, I don't know how long to hold my play for. Well, look at the dollar amount of the flagpole. If the flagpole was $2, if the flagpole created a price range of 100 to 102, and then it went sideways from 102 to 102.50. Then you should know the breakout will be a $2 range from 103 to 105. If that can be something you guys wrap your head around. These are small surface level.
I'm not understanding, Chris. I'm very confused. Okay. Yo, the flagpole, the range, and then the $2, bro. Yo. Really? That's how it works? Okay. You know, in some stocks, so is Berkshire Hathaway, which is like what, a $600,000 stock? Is it always just going to move $2, bro? I don't think that's how that works. Okay. What about a penny stock? Oh, I've got a penny stock. Is it going to move $2? I don't think so. This is like insane. This is insane. Something is wrong with everybody. Something is wrong with this world. How dare Yahoo Finance platform this obvious con man and grifter? The flagpole W's. The PP formation.
Beginner level examples of high quality and high probability trading. Guess what? One last thing on that, because it gets much more complex than that. One thing on that, everything that I just pointed out in this example is true in reverse. So you have a bull flag, you have the bear flag. The market does the same exact patterns to the downside that it did to the upside, number one. Number two, if you have a double bottom, that's the letter W that tells us the stock is going up. When the stock is ready to go down, it makes a double top, which might look like the letter M. It might be, you might see an M shape, and the two tops tells us, oh, the stock is about to go down after that second head is formed. When you see these things, these are what we call high probability trades, because you have an 8 out of 10 percentage ratio that is going.
Yeah, because nobody else knows that. I'm Wall Street and all their infinite wisdom, all those expert professional traders. They never realize that if you see an M, then it goes up 80% of the time or down. Yeah, they never noticed that, bro. Only you did, Chris Sain. You truly are a prodigy of investing.
Going to go in that proper direction.
I love it. I love it, people. I hope y'all taking notes. Look, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to continue to talk about how to level up your bag in 2026.
My bag. Yeah, you are holding lots of bags. All right, let's fast forward. All right, Chris Sain, teach us more, dog.
Chris.
Yes, sir.
If you could only live off using 2 indicators for the rest of your life when it comes to trading, only two, what are those?
The VWAP and the 200-day moving average. The VWAP is a volume weighted moving average. Volume weighted average price is what the VWAP stands for my listeners. VWAP.
How do you use both of those indicators then? Let's go there.
Sounds like a rap man. We the VWAPs, yo. How about V flop? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna flop but it's a V flop because you're going to fail listening to this moron.
So the VWAP is anchored to whatever the high was of the previous day. Really quick note for those of you who want to make big money fast, not get rich quick fast, but big money from a responsible perspective. Whatever.
Trying to make $10,000 a day or you think that's like not making money fast? You think that's responsible? You really think that's responsible? Something is wrong with your freaking head. You are mentally ill. Turn off the camera. Turn off your phone. Go touch grass, bro. You're mentally ill. You're sick. Go to therapy. Go talk to a communist therapist. I'm sure that'll help. With pink hair and a freaking nose ring.
Whenever a candle crosses the VWAP, whatever that direction is where it's going for the next hour. So, for example, if the stock candle that you're trading, the candle on the 15-minute time frame was underneath the VWAP, the first time it breaks and closes above the VWAP is a trend change, a reversal in the trend. So it was down, it broke above the VWAP. Now the VWAP will turn into support. This is what people don't realize. So then the next moves from there, the next 15-minute candle will then use the VWAP as a trampoline almost to bounce and rocket. Same is true in reverse. If your stock gapped up and then it comes back down and breaks the VWAP, it's going to, like my brother Ross called a falling knife, it's going to have a snowfall, a waterfall effect to the downside because it broke through the VWAP towards the downside. Keep that in mind for how to properly use it.
And not $1 billion question. Are you investing at
$1 billion question? He's asking Chris, not a billionaire. No, he's asking Chris Sain the $1 billion question. Well, maybe Chris Sain is a billionaire. Maybe I'm just crazy. Everybody else is just so rich. I'm poor. The entire world has millions of dollars. Everybody's rich except for me, right? That's what it sounds like when I'm on YouTube. I'm the only brokey left. Everybody's retired already except for me, living off for Chris Sain's $10,000 a second freaking day trades, bro.
As it breaks through, or you only investing on the break and retest?
I only invest on a break and retest. That's called confirmation. And as an athlete, guys, we call that the hitch and go.
I invest every 2 weeks. I get a paycheck. Well, I don't have a paycheck anymore. But I get a paycheck, right? You're at work, you have a job, you get your paycheck, and then money goes into your 401k. That's how you that's it. That's what I invest, bro. But the VWAP, you don't look at the VWAP or the M formation or the flag formation. Yeah, I got another word for it. Drop the L.
Or my DBs, we call that bump and run. So if you with me, our lingo is totally different. But yep, Ross calls it the break and retest. That's the technical term. If you part of my community, it's called hitch and go or bump and run.
Bump and run.
All right, so I like that. That's real game. Now I got to keep it going. Lightning round. Got to put you on the spot. Just say one or the other. Long-term investor in lightning round, Apple or Google?
Google.
Nice. NVIDIA or Microsoft?
NVIDIA.
Tesla or Facebook?
Meta. Facebook.
Palantir or Amazon?
Palantir.
Ooh. Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Bitcoin.
I love it. I love it. So look, we're going to keep this thing going for the theme of 2026 of getting your bag.
Hey,
right.
He's confident. I'll give him that.
Is trying to take their account from 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, or 10,000.
Chris, lightning round. Palantir or Tesla? VT. Bitcoin or Ethereum? VT. Clown coin or fart coin? VT. That's right, motherfucker. Yeah. Daddy.
To 100,000. What would you say is the psychological changes they need in order to scale it properly?
Time in the seat. You have to have, in our world, what Ross and I do, we call it 10,000 hours. You have that level of mastery, which is why we can speak about the market, the macroeconomics of the stock market this way. Time in the seat.
You have not mentioned macro one time. We're talking about the FEDWAP and the M formation. What? That's macro? That's interesting. Who's Ross? Who is this Ross person? Is that your bussy buddy?
Seat is how you scale from 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 50,000, so on and so forth. All it is it becomes a game of learning from past experiences that helps inform your current future decisions. And if you can do that, meaning I told you guys transparently, it took me 2.5 years of lessons and losses to get to a level of mastery. So your time in a seat may be shorter, your time in a seat may be longer, but you need the time so that you know your own imperfections that you got to overcome, your own character flaws. Are you impatient? Are you loss averse? Are you?
If you're listening to him, you're impatient. That's just a fact. Most people are. Most people don't have the fortitude to just buy and hold something. Okay? And it can be hard. But once you master that, once you pick your favorite index and you just buy it and hold it and you don't get scared of stonks going down for a day, that's actually mastery of your emotions. That's right. Yeah. That's why I'm a VT Chad. Look at me. You're looking at a Chad, a Giga Chad. You don't believe me? You don't like that? I don't care.
Do you panic when the drawdown happens? Do you sit through it? Do you sell your winners quick? Do you hold your winners long? All of these things are things you work out in the process of becoming who you're going to be as a investor and a trader.
So you know what I love about you is you also show, you know, your wins. And I remember at the end of 2020.
I wonder if he shows his losses. Oh, does he? I don't know. You show your wins. Wow, you're so amazing.
25. It was a lot of commotion about, you know, effectively like NVIDIA. It's like a Ponzi scheme. You know, they're doing this and that. And the market was red for, you know, a lot of days where we saw many of the AI names start to trade down. However, you posted you made money. Let's talk about the psychology of red day and actually how you approach it.
Absolutely. Long ago, I told the world that I was an athlete that came into the stock market. And athletes at sports, being football and basketball specifically, you have offense and defense. I view the stock market as calls or markets moving up as offense. And I don't look at the red day.
You know, he was sitting on the bench
As a negative day. I look at the red day as defense. I played DB. I was a Division I cornerback at Michigan State. So for me, put is a pick six. Resistance, I look at as an all-out blitz. I look at it as like Ray Lewis. You're trying to run to get through Ray Lewis. And if you can't get through.
If you can understand football, you can understand $10,000 a day, yo.
An NFL linebacker, then you are going to get sacked or you're going to go backwards. So when the market goes down, I'm not down on the market. Actually, the market moves faster to the downside. I have what Wall Street might call hedges. I have puts on the same plays I know, like, and love. So if I'm trading.
When the stock market goes down, we buying puts, yo. When the stock market goes up, we buying calls, yo. I'm making money every day, yo. Look at those little index losers. Hey, the market went down today. VT's trash. I had a put, and I bought that put at the exact perfect time, bro. And then I saw the PP formation, and I bought a call, yo. And then because it was the PP formation, it went up like a big old PP. So easy, bro. Yo, 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 yo.
Trading Tesla to the upside when I hit resistance. So when we hit 445 today, that's going to be resistance in an example of stock. When we hit that target, if we don't break through, then I know, okay, boom. Exhaustion is tired. It's going to retrace wherever it came from. So it might come back down $5. And in my head, that's an opportunity to the downside to make some money until we're ready to go back to the upside again. So that is how I go about processing, making money in both directions.
You people, do you have jobs? Serious. It's a serious question. You know, when I was going to work, I was working. How could I trade if I'm working? That's interesting. It's almost like are you appealing to unemployed or low employment people? Is that what you're doing there? Serious question. How do you trade if you're working? Because work hours are usually during when the market is open. Yeah, bro. And if you're working night shift, aren't you sleeping during the day?
Whether it's a green day or red day, to me, there's always opportunity to make money in the stock market.
Yo, yo, yo,
I'll start this episode off by taking my hat off to you. And
you don't have
I
a
really
hat.
want to talk about what you and your wife are doing on the philanthropic side. Because it's one thing where we saw, you know, at the end of last year, Michael Dell and his wife donate, you know, like $6 billion or so. But what you and your wife are doing, I have to commend you. So let's talk about some of your efforts. I know you just did something with Jalen Rose. Let's kind of talk about, you know, some of the things you.
Guys, he's a good man. He's a philanthropist. He's just out of the kindness of his heart, all that money he made trading, He totally didn't make his money from all the money that people are paying him for the trade alerts. No, trust me, bro. It came from the trading. He just gives that money away because he's such a good guy. How could you criticize a man that gives to charity? Are you a bad person? You're toxic. Oh my God. You're bigoted. How dare you criticize him? OMG. White girl. Shut up.
You and your wife have been doing this past year?
Jalen Rose, for example, he has his school. And oftentimes we look at LeBron James' Promise School, but we forget he was the first to come out with the school for an athlete. And he told me there was a need that they needed to upgrade their technology. And so we see a need and like to meet a need. And I've told him to say less. And so we made it a point to pull up to actually touch him, touch the students, get a tour of the school.
You did what? You touched the students? Chris. That's inappropriate.
They're doing, and so a monetary gift into his school to improve the technology. And it's just things like that that we'd like to do on a consistent basis around the world with people that's doing awesome things and could use a little hand up every now and then.
Last question, man. What's next? What's brewing? What you working on? What's next for you and your enterprise?
We have been brought into a few cap tables, capitalization tables, where we can take ownership stakes in different businesses, sports teams, things of that nature. So hopefully, I'll say this lightly, we are looking to bring a WNBA team to Detroit. We want to bring the women's basketball back to Detroit. I'll be keeping you guys updated.
Women's basketball? Lame. Boring. I'm falling asleep right now.
On the progress with us doing that. Hopefully by 2027 or 2028, we will have another professional team, a women's team, as that is the emerging asset class. Those of us that's investors, the sports world is the
WNBA is unprofitable. It's another Chris Sain investment, yo. The WNBA doesn't make money. Seriously, that's your investment, bro?
Another asset class that not a lot of us are in yet. But as we continue to break barriers, we'll see more people come into and become minority owners in the team they support and that they know, like, and love and grew up watching.
That's epic, man. Congrats.
Wow, that pulled at my heartstrings. I'm about to close this video and start crying. All right, let's do some quick member-only comments, and then we'll get out of here. I know it's early in the morning, but Daddy's got to get stuff done, okay? I got to clean this house. I got some dishes I got to clean. I got to fold some clothes. I need to vacuum. I need to wipe down my bathroom. Bathroom looks kind of gross. Daddy's got some work to do today, okay? All right. Let's see. Well, not many member comments. I guess we'll do regular comments this morning. Hans says, OMG, his time slot is going to send Allen and Gil Farrell. Yep. See, it doesn't matter. Now the video's too early. The video's too early, bro, because everybody was out last night partying, bro. How dare I make a video at 9 a.m.? I should have slept in till noon, bro. What's up, Chris? What's up? I would never buy anything from anyone that talks and dresses like that's very bigoted, okay? But you're probably not the target audience. It's called affinity fraud. He's literally scamming his own people. Okay, I think that's kind of gross, personally. But in our community, that happens a lot too. His strategy is the same every other scammer uses in their courses to the likes of Chris. Okay, I'll show you my wins, bro. I make $1 trillion a day. We got somebody from the UK. Strongman, offer an invitation to come on your channel live and yeah, I'm sure Chris Sain would take me up on that. Good entertaining humor. Thank you, Rob Bob. I try. Let's see. 10K a day with 100 investments seems doable. Yeah, it's easy, bro. It's so easy, bro. Bro, it's 6:30 a.m. I know. Well, if you want to be a day trader and you live on the West Coast, you got to get up early. That's why Meat Thruster gets up so early. He's got to trade. He's got to watch the market, bro. He's clearly a good investor. I mean, look at how his PP ETF did. This guy clearly cares about it. I mean, he gives to charity, bro. He gives to charity. He wants to bring the WNBA, which is a great investment, even though it doesn't make money. He wants to bring it back to Detroit, bro. The WNBA is an emerging market like China. No, do not defame China by comparing it to the WNBA. This guy was embarrassing. Dude, he's almost got 1 million followers. Welcome to YouTube. I'm really starting to think that Trump is a Russian asset. He's trying to dismantle NATO. Russia's wet dream. I should probably cover that in another video, but all right, guys. Well, that's it for this morning. Thank you for tuning in so early. I know. I got up at 7. I had my kids. They woke me up. They're my alarm clock. I don't oversleep when I have my kids. They wake me up. Got up, dropped them off, took a shower, brushed my beautiful teeth. And here I am, baby doll. All right, anyway, like, subscribe. Consider joining as a member to support the channel. Also consider booking a free 30-minute tax consultation. I am a certified public accountant and would gladly do your business and or personal taxes any state in the United States. You can talk to me for free. I give you upfront fixed quotes, and you can book a free 30-minute consultation in the pinned comment below. I know I'm a scammer just like Chris Sain. A CPA doing taxes is exactly the same as little yo-yo teaching how to make 10K a day trading on Robinhood. It's the same level of grift, bro. All right. Talk to you later. Cheers.